The Ignite presentations at GSP 11 were scintillating, really extraordinary. And we've selected just four, the best of the best. Nat Manning, innovation is the solution to climate change.
Innovation is the solution to climate change. Today we're going to dissect this title. Scientifically, climate change is the warming of the planet due to an increase of greenhouse gas emissions in the atmosphere. We are really messing things up. I would go one step farther and say that anthropomorphic climate change is the impact of humans on the ecosystem. It used to be that when the sun went down, it got dark. That is exponential change, and that change has had an impact. Ehrlich and Holger defined impact as a function of population, affluence, and technology, or IPAT for short. Meaning if we want to reduce our impact, we need to reduce population, affluence, or technology. Let's begin by looking at population. The population has tripled since my father was born, but is population reduction a solution? People want to live longer, and no one wants a catastrophe. Thus, population is not a variable. It is inelastic. It cannot be our solution. Next is affluence, or consumption. Here we have CO2 on the y-axis and GNP on the x-axis. As you can see, no country has ever developed without increasing carbon emissions, an unfortunate byproduct of industrialization. Asking developing nations to limit their emissions hampers their ability to increase the living standards of their people. As humans, we cannot say that one person does not have the right to the same comfort and wealth as another human. Therefore, affluence is not our answer. Technology. Here is a variable. It can change. It can evolve. But technology should be rewritten as T sub fossil fuel and T sub sustainable. If we consider T in this way, we divide those technologies that emit fossil fuels by those that have net positive impacts. But what is sustainable technology? Sustainable technology does not create negative externalities in the present or the future. The output is equal to the input. As we move from a fossil fuel-based society to a sustainable technology-based society, the denominator becomes larger, eventually surpassing the denominator and increasing towards infinity. As this happens, the fraction becomes smaller and approaches the limit of 0. If t approaches 0, then no matter the numerical values of p or a, the impact will always equal 0. Our solution then is to invent and drive the adoption of sustainable technologies. Don't you just love 0? Where does technology come from? Good question. I would suggest that it comes from innovation. But what is innovation, you ask? Well, if we put all of the thoughts, ideas, and information ever created into one circle and call it the body of knowledge, then innovation is the pushing of the boundary of that circle. It is a dot on the outside of the circumference. It is what we don't know, and what we don't know, we don't know. Innovation comes in many shapes and forms. Engineering, entrepreneurship, art, PowerPoint. Practically every discipline is a form of innovation. And each of these forms of innovation have one thing in common. They all come from people. People innovate. People create. People are the solution to climate change. Now I know what you're asking yourself. How can I be innovative? How can I save the world? You could have an idea, you could start a company, but where to begin? I would humbly offer you 3 pieces of advice. First, be mindful. Be mindful of your health. It is the foundation from which to build. Wake up to the world around you. Become a sponge. Learn all you can about that big body of knowledge. Second, be interested. Question the body of knowledge. Don't take anything for granted. Ask questions about everything. Challenge the status quo and go in search of your own answers. Third, be creative. Ask yourself, what is next? Do something new every day. Be curious about everything. Use your imagination. It is your greatest asset. So let's put it all together. Innovation is the solution to climate change. Or, mindful, healthy, interested, questioning, and creative people are the solution to the impact of humans on the ecosystem. And that is how you can save the world. One last thing, always stay optimistic. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.